Wouldn't you know, right when the weather's getting nasty, the county finally comes through with permit and a spec sheet for the other job? Ain't that just fucking beautiful?
Dandy.
They dragged their feet for a month.
Dandy.
All of a sudden decide that they're gonna come through with shit. Nifty, 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 nifty. Come on, Turner. Yeah. Oh, so what you probably didn't see last night, and if you didn't really pay attention to Twitter this morning,
Mm-hmm.
so I showed you Denise sharing this so-called cease and desist from someone to Terry Joyce, which is laughable.
Mm-hmm.
Then Denise said Terry Joyce works for fake media company. I never said anything like this. She's lying about me because I have exposed Steve Hassan. There's no such live stream by me anywhere. She blocked me and then posted this lie. Ask her for proof of her allegations, because Terry Joyce said that Denise said she was engaging in human trafficking and money laundering, blah, blah, which she did in her last stream. Denise then lies about it. And then Terry Joyce shared a thing from Snowy Owl where Snowy Owl accused her of saying she hacked her TikTok. And Terry Joyce says there's no evidence. I never said anything like that. And then what's really nifty is Skills brought up a very good thing. It says, hey, Snowy Owl, it's a bit late to delete your timeline history. Operators be sloppily operating. And look at this. So here's Thomas's old Dilly Willy account back in July.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Snowy Owl, can you please unlock your Twitter account? Thank you. What would that mean to you if Thomas is going, please unlock your Twitter account for me? That makes me believe that they were...
That Snowy Owl is not Thomas?
That they were sharing an account.
Oh.
And then...
Or that it was padlocked.
And then Thomas says to Snowy Owl, again, I did not ask you to defend me. Who are you? He says to Snowy Owl. And it's like, really, dude? You know who it is. You know it's Marcia. And you were stealing her account.
Oh, that's right. Didn't Marcia admit that that was
Yeah,
her?
so Thomas, back then, if you go back and look at those tweets between them in this thread, Thomas asks her to unlock the account, most likely so he can use it. And then he says, I didn't ask you to defend me. Who are you? Because Snowy Owl's account made a few comments defending Thomas on something, which was probably Thomas defending himself because he had just said, hey, unlock your account. And then he posted some shit defending himself. I told you a lot of them Snowy Owl posts sounded like Thomas himself, right?
Thomas and Marcia sound a lot alike.
Oh,
in the shit
it's
they write.
sickening. So then Terry Joyce posted last night, I'd like to dedicate this song, Liar, by the Henry Rollins Band to Thomas Schoenberger and his Twitter bullying minions. Happy holidays, sweeties. She posted a song off YouTube called Liars. Terry Joyce came back at Denise and said, the person who is not professional is you. You lost your YouTube channel for making anti-Semitic remarks against Gabe Hoffman. Isn't that right, Denise? You openly admit to being anti-Semite. And she shared a Tracking the Leopard Monroe story where Leopard Monroe's called Denise out for being an anti-Semite and
Yeah.
also talked about our situation and stated how Denise puts all these defaming lies out about us that are totally untrue, blah, blah, blah.
Didn't that person, excuse me if I'm wrong, but didn't they die?
Yes, they're dead. Jacqueline Weaver. So then Denise puts out, Terry Joyce told me Cambion, which is a channel, plans to do true crime after his UFO coverage stops. Then Terry Joyce pulled the stunt we all watched her pull with the Davis cult. Cambion probably does not know about the Davis's deep fake videos and perjury. The UFO scammers are setting Cambion up for a takedown. Terry Joyce's friends will supply her with deep fake clips to convince Cambion she has evidence of her false accusations. He plans to go from debunking UFO scams to debunking fake true crime channels. Terry Joyce is working for the extortion ring that is trying to shut down the investigations into homicides connected to Steve Hassan and Rick Ross, so-called anti-cult work. Steve Hassan is directly connected to the 2010 death of Faith Jackson, as well as at least one other person. And she's tagging this Steve Cambion guy. Terry Joyce comes back at Denise, for your information, my channel is not a true crime channel. I've been just doing some commentary on it, so you're wrong again. Pure lies. This is truth about you. Nobody's going to believe you, Denise. Not when this is what you really are. And she shares the Tracking the Leopard Monroe's page again. And then Terry says, I don't know who Davis is either, which you really don't know us. She says, why would you include Steve Hassan in this thread if he knows we never had this type of conversation? Denise, I blocked you everywhere. When did we have this conversation ever? What is the Davis cult and what are you talking about? And then she says, oh, Jesse Davis. I was on Jesse's show right before Truth Seekers 4 days ago. First time ever. Still have him blocked on Twitter. Don't think he is organizing a cult. Denise, please stop it. So she does have us blocked and stuff still, but she's pretty much handling the Denise and the Thomas shit fairly well on her own at this point in time. So it's just crazy. They're all coming at her so hard, and it's funny because first, it was Marsha and Mindy, and then Marsha and Mindy kind of laid off. Now it's Denise, and then it was Thomas. They're taking turns attacking, which is their MO. But you didn't really get an opportunity yesterday much to talk about what was going on at this meeting yesterday. So did I show you the room full of people?
Yes.
So here I clipped some of the speakers at the Privilege for the Floor. So I'll play it for you so you can hear it. Are you listening?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have confidence in you if when the time to apply, then you didn't do your due diligence. You didn't ask the question. Now the money's been appropriated, now you have questions. There's only one question that matters. Only one question you should ask, and I'll help you out. I'll ask it right now. How many people in this room, how many people online know a family member or a friend?
Oh, you may want to watch this part just briefly.
Hang on. Is that Scott?
No, this is a rabbi,
Okay.
Jewish rabbi. So you may want to watch this.
Or they themselves suffer from mental health
How many
complications?
people have had someone in their family or themselves suffer?
From
Damn near
mental
the whole
health.
fucking room.
That, yeah, to be expected. Those are the people that are going to fight for it. Those people that have those issues.
Choose life. This body is charged with the welfare of our community. You should have chosen blessing and life. Instead, your failure is going to lead to misery and more death in our community. We are ashamed of you.
Exactly. We are ashamed of you.
I think that's all that needed to be said, really.
Reverend Greg Brown, the God Squad.
Greg Brown.
The God Squad.
I stand here, our faith is in God and faith in Indiana. We push and we drive hard. We are effective. This is St. Joe County. How much is one life worth? We sitting up here pushing nickels and dimes and quarters and all that. But when you get a phone call that one of your family members don't want to live or want to hang themselves, taking drugs, where does it stop at? This weekend I was faced with working for South End Schools, Parks and Recreation. I run through kids 16 to 25 that tell me they don't want to live. Try to make a phone call on Saturday and Sunday, and the crisis team is not there. And you got to turn around and pray. But you can pick up a cell phone and call Chief Rakowski, call Sheriff Redmond, call the mayor, and they striving to stick their hand out to push. But Dieter, you came off the same streets with me. And if I can't wake you up, I'm going to shake you up. Because faith in Indiana ain't going nowhere. And we got to bring a brick by brick.
Yeah.
And stone by stone. We're going to build our own place and save this place. It's not a black thing or a white thing. It's the right thing. And we need to get going because this is happening Monday through Sunday. Somebody is dying in St. Joe County. It ain't about the city. It ain't about your street. It's about our county. I love people. You see the God Squad. I've been out here since 2003. Some of you people don't even know what's going on because you turn around and lay in your house and just listen to the news. Get out here and walk the streets with me. Stand up with faith in Indiana. Stand all the way up with us. And if we can't wake you up, we'll shake you up. I'm going back to work.
Morning, Scott Raskowski, South Bend Police Chief, 701 West Street, South Bend. Many things I can discuss here right now, but I'm gonna get to some bullet points. First and foremost, if I, the Raskowski family, had somewhere to turn, probably my cousin wouldn't be in ICU right now on life support as of 2 days ago. And I look around and I know many people here. Reverend Brown said it before. He's the one that called me on weekends, and the mayor, and maybe other people sitting up here. We need, as the police are out killing people, I want to be clear on this, between 800 and 1,200 calls a year we deal with known mental crisis incidents. I'm telling you anecdotally as a police chief and a cop of 35 years, that number is probably a heck of a lot higher that we don't know about. What about the broken window? What about the theft? What about the stealing a pack of bologna from a grocery store? Domestic violence, I can keep going, but some of those, most of those probably involve some type of mental illness. With that being said, Rebecca alluded to it. Dr. Bob alluded to it. 3 years now. I'll even go back further. Some may even remember, we tried cops and clinicians. Everybody laughed at us. The police begging for help to take these things out of our hands that we as police should not be dealing with. But here we are, doing these things. We have been transparent, we have been forward, we have been helping with everyone else in these meetings. I tell you, it started off 3 years ago almost, to maybe 1 or 2 meetings a month. These have turned into 1 or 2, 3 meetings a week. 9 meetings in place. The mobile crisis intervention team has kicked up, they stepped it up more than a notch. They're 12 hours, 5 days a week. They weren't doing that before, it was sparse here and there. They're coming to our roll calls, they're talking to our officers, introducing themselves, doing what they can to help us and what we can to help them. So for people to say this is last minute, it is not last minute. This is a 3-year process. We have been doing this for some time. I quite frankly think it's a slap in the face, not just to the police department, to everybody that you see here who has somebody laying in ICU in a hospital bed fighting for their life because something could have been done. Right now, something could be done before the end of this year, and it's not.
That's
It's pushed off.
powerful.
It's my cousin, their cousin, and yours. Wrong.
That's powerful.
His cousin actually died overnight.
Good morning, Commissioners. James Mueller with offices on the 14th floor of this building. I am not coming here to yell at you this morning because I know that's not an effective strategy to working together and getting things done. But, I know these folks are passionate and what you can hear from them is frustration and anger that we're not moving forward as quickly as we would like. And so, I would say, I know what President Castelli's plan was. This was part of President Castelli's plan, and we were set to move forward in this way. And, we did have a meeting shortly after you took office and took the presidency.
Okay, he's got a voice that puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
At that meeting, I took away that,
I can't even listen.
that was up in the air, but I never had
Basically, the mayor's calling them a liar.
previously.
Oh, is that the mayor?
Was, and,
Yeah.
that could have been a miscommunication from that meeting, but, that's something that, when we were going through the budgeting process, we put forward our amount for the 2023 budget process. And so to say there's nothing in writing,
Shut up. So basically, the commissioners were trying to say, well, this is you guys are trying to rush this, although we've been fucking around with it for 3 years. They were trying to say that the city has not put in writing their amount that they're gonna put in, which is untrue. So the mayor calls them out and says, hey, we put our amount in the budget that we just passed for 2023.
But, that's something that, when we were going through the budgeting process, we put forward our amount for the 2023 budget process. And so to say there's nothing in writing, it's in our budget. If there were second thoughts or a new approach, it would have been nice to learn about this, before the end of the year or during the budget process. And I'm not saying, I know people are busy, and we want to figure out how to move forward together. And I came here today, I didn't know if it was going to be on the agenda. I didn't know if you had a different plan you were going to share. And this plan, thank you for sharing the plan. Someone who's been working on this with the community, if we start adding multiple issues together that are difficult to solve individually, we're never going to get anywhere. I think that's something.
We're making excuses.
The takeaway for me is just come up with what is President Baxmeyer willing to do. Just tell us and we'll work from there. We want to work with you. We want to figure out how to work together. But you got to tell us, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to act on in the near term? So thank you so much for your dedication. I also know how challenging budgets are, and and passions of the people we serve, but I hope we're able to work together and get something good done for our community. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Jesse Davis, PO
Uh-oh.
Box 205, South Bend, Indiana. So I'm going to start off by saying this issue here kind of mimics something else that the community had been really out there stomping their feet about and wanting to happen, and that was called a Citizens Review Board. Because people were being killed in our streets, okay? That Citizen Review Board, Derek Dieter, you sat on the council, and numerous conversations happened. And we heard the same thing back then. Oh yeah, we're gonna make this happen. Guess what? Today, that Citizen Review Board still ain't around. It's not. It's nowhere. Same thing going on here today. Let me tell you what. I'm a citizen of St. Joe County and South Bend and Mishawaka. And to keep hearing people like Mr. Baxmeyer say, well, the city did this, the city did this, oh, it's up to the city. No, the city's part of St. Joe County as a whole. And we're part of this damn county. My cousin was one of the most promoted in the news media suicides in St. Joe County. It was Michelle Ellenberger, who blew her house up in Granger several years ago.
Oh
She
dear.
didn't die in that explosion, but our county prosecutor tried to prosecute her because she was in a bad mental state. And so they were like, oh my God, she put all these people in danger. No, she wasn't thinking about anybody else. She was thinking about killing herself. She didn't accomplish it, but guess what? Several months later, her parents, my aunt and uncle, found her hanging in their shed. I have a neighborhood child who was 17, grew up with my children. I live on a dead-end street in Mishawaka. I've been there 50-some years. They came home from school one day. My kids came in the house, they were there maybe 5 minutes, and we hear screams and people crying. And we go out, and the policeman knows what. The 17-year-old
Oh, you're giving me chills.
who was best friends with my kids had hung himself in his basement. My wife, 5 years ago, was suicidal. She had a very bad mental crisis. It took me 6 months to get my wife in to see a professional to get medication, because the only people that can give the medication are in these mental hospitals. Your primary care doctor can't do anything. He had to prescribe mild tranquilizers, which probably caused a little more harm than good, just to keep her on highs and lows. So, give me this shit, you have more questions. Get this thing signed. Your job isn't the questions. And your job isn't to second guess. The council sent it to you, sign the damn thing. That's your job. Do your job or we're voting you out.
You
I
were
was
pissed,
pissed.
but you had to yell to keep from crying, I see.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
I'm a clinical psychologist.
What pissed me off worse?
There's an urgent need for mental health providers here.
Yeah, there were people from Epworth and Oakland there bitching about it.
We've been hearing from
What pissed me
You
off the
should post
most,
that on your I Spy.
I did. What,
And I would clip out your section and post it on YouTube. I mean, 'cause awareness.
what pissed me off the most is before the privilege of the floor and before they, said they had pulled it off the agenda, they passed a fucking bill to fund a pedestrian walkway.
Of course.
Millions of dollars. And they've passed another bill to fund other things that are wants and not needs in the community. So you've got millions of dollars laying around to do all these nifty little, pedestrian walkways that'll tie us to different places and all that. But you don't have money to do what really needs to be done in the community. That's the real shitter about all of it. It's
Well, I liked Ruskowski's speech, your speech, and was it a rabbi?
the first guy.
Yeah.
Was the rabbi there?
Rabbi, I don't know, I don't remember if the mayor really said anything that impressed me too much, but I really wasn't listening to him.
Did you see my meme?
Wasn't listening to him.
Bobby.
I kept not deciding back and forth whether I wanted to do a 2-page painting again or just a 1, but I'm trying something new, so I'm going with 1. It's another flower picture of it. It's actually a combo of 3 of your pictures. You had a close-ups of daisies. I'll show you which ones I picked. These 3 pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing this setting, this flower. Oh, I can't wait to do the shadows on the petals. Ah. And I'm trying to attempt blur. See how your background is blurred?
Well, I will say, so the more I look at the photos of your magnolia one,
Yeah.
the more I think you need to do a little shading on the right-hand picture. Those petals are just so white in contrast to the other ones when you're looking at it. I mean,
Yeah, but when you
really,
look at it in person, they're not.
no, they actually
Because
are.
if you put it to where like the light is coming from this direction, because that's how it is in the picture, the leaves are lighter too.
Well, I get the leaves are a little bit lighter, but I'm telling you the whiteness of the other picture is just overwhelming. It really
You know
is.
why? The rims of the flowers are thicker. Because the gray is okay, not bad at all. It's the white that's thicker.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, I mean, it's my first one. It's not perfect, but it's still fucking badass.
Well, maybe it's just the
Barbie
picture.
said she might want it. I forgot. She loves magnolia
Maybe
too.
it's the photograph that I actually was
She
looking at.
loves magnolia too, so if Dawn doesn't want it, Barbie said she can hang it in her bathroom.
So, yeah, we'll see what the commissioners decide to do on that issue, because the county council is totally going to be changed in January, because the new council members take over. And it's
Why
gonna-
aren't you on
It's going to be Republican controlled in January.
the county
for
commissioner's seat?
For the first time in 40 years, the county council is going to be controlled by Republicans
Oh,
instead of Democrats.
interesting.
So it's hard to say what's going to happen then, but it's like they better get this fucking back on their agenda the very first meeting of the year. If they don't, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people.
God dang, this coffee makes me have to pee.
Oh boy. Terry Joyce, you guys were the only ones who knew that I made a TikTok video. And this caused me to stop trusting all of you because somebody put a complaint in on her TikTok video.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else knew that she made it except Thomas and the Minions. So she said, this is why I quit trusting you. I did not single you out or blame you for anything. She's talking to Marsha on her Snowy Owl. Please stop this harassment and social media nonsense. And then Terry Joyce goes on to say, minutes later I shared the TikTok video and it got a harassment complaint. I appealed it and I won the appeal. I said this clearly on Just Me's channel. I accuse nobody of hacking the TikTok video. Because, yeah, they're now saying that she accused him of hacking and shit. She says, I never accused you of hacking my TikTok or anything. You have no proof because it never happened. You are running a false defamation of me on social media. You have no receipts. Where is the integrity in bearing false witness? Because Marcia was talking about, I stand on my integrity. They have no integrity anymore. That's crazy. They just keep coming. They just keep on coming. I'm glad she's standing up for herself to him.
Yeah, Beth was a little concerned because they're really going after her. And I said, well, for one, she was warned. And for two, she wasn't in it very long. And for three, she's doing pretty good defending herself and calling them out.
It doesn't appear that she's letting him get to her, so,
Right.
you know, it is what it is. I mean, she still has me blocked and you know, several other people, and hey, you know, kudos to her if she, you know, is at a point where she don't trust anybody. I can't blame her there, you know. But it is what it is.
Okay, this is going to be a little difficult. I've never done this before.
Hang on, bud. You're okay. There you go. Lie down. I just had to undo my leg there because it was falling asleep.
Jason.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Answer. Hello. Same old shit, different day. I'm actually at home trying to do some paperwork because I finally got specs for that one job out there on Vistula. So, well, I mean, this week's obviously with Christmas and everything, this week it ain't happening anyway. And I still have to design it and submit it back to the health department, paint it out on the ground or whatever, and then wait for them to actually issue the permit. So, I mean, but yeah, so I mean, it's, you know, one of them things, but at least they finally got me the damn specs, you know.
Does that look blurry?
So, did I see what? No, I didn't see that, no. Yeah, nah, but oh, he was actually up there trying to get funding passed for some new cop cars. So, yeah, that's what really set a lot of people off about that yesterday, is because prior to them knocking that thing off of the agenda, they passed a fucking deal to fund a new fucking walking sidewalk and biking sidewalk. Well, that's what I'm saying. So they passed a deal yesterday to put a new one in out off Capitol Avenue. That's going to tie the trails into this and that. And I'm like, so you've got millions of dollars to do these fucking bike trails, but you don't have money to worry about mental health issues that are, severe in our community. And so that's what really set a lot of people off. And all right. It appears they're all still sleeping. They were up late last night attacking Terry.
Maybe they were consummating their.
Well, I guess if you call cyber sex consummating a marriage,
I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, I don't think that's legitimate consummation of a marriage, but that would have to be what it would be.
Fuck.
That's what it would have to be, because there was definitely no meeting of the great minds yesterday, that's for sure. It was all virtual, even if it actually happened. Oh no. Just so you know, if you happen to see any comments from this person,
What
are you
person?
live? You're live.
Yeah.
I just want you to realize something that don't pay attention.
Okay.
Can you mute for a second or no?
can't do it, Batman. I can't do it.
I need to put
I
my,
can't do blur.
put my
Fuck. Hopefully they'll blur out when I do the sharp one.
You want some breakfast stuff? Okay, I'm gonna eat it. I'm starving. Yeah, Josh and them at the restaurant texted me and said, hey, is it okay if we call you tomorrow if we have anything left over that you might want to take home? Like sausage gravy and biscuits and
shit.
stuff, because they're closing tomorrow until the first of the year, and they're like, if we got stuff left over, you know, we don't want it to get wasted. So we may have biscuits and gravy tomorrow.
Nice.
We'll see. Maybe we should give Zoe some anxiety meds.
That's what she has her bones for.
Yeah,
We need to get him some. We need for Christmas to get them some toys and get her favorite rubber bone. Those colored ones that Sandy used to get.
She's like, no, because they eat those.
Yeah, but they don't swallow them.
I don't know that they don't.
I've watched them. Well, you gotta get her a new bone.
I don't want them getting their booties plugged up with that stuff. It's not like I follow them around and check their poo, but
Lazy Daisy, doesn't it make you crazy?
Wow.
Are you saying wow because of your blood sugar?
Huh?
Are you saying wow because of your blood
No,
sugar?
my sugar's 120.
Good.
Just trying to be a good boy and test it. Even though they still got me poking my finger 5 times a day. Instead of hooking me up with that continuous thing.
Really, kitty cat?
Hey, cat.
What is she doing?
Knocking shit down.
Kitty cat, what are you after?
Can you guess what I'm gonna eat for dinner tonight? Just testing your memory.
Taco bowl?
Huh?
Taco bowl?
Yeah.
Yay! I used to always get the burger, but I don't have my teeth yet. Not necessary. Stop it. Zoe, go get your bone. That's right.